So when we are talking about scaling, because the theme of the business is know your business, grow your business. So all the presentations are lined up in the same regard. Next is the presentation on how to become referral magnet. You know, word of mouth is the best medium for all of us. This quote from William underscores the power of referrals and highlight the importance of providing excellent customer and building strong relationship with client in order to generate positive word of mouth. So I would now request everyone to please help me in welcoming Mr. Manish Mehta, Joint President and National Head Sales, Digital Business and Marketing, Kotak Mahindra Asset Management Company. Mr. Manish is responsible for the overall business growth, marketing and digital strategy for Kotak Mutual Fund across various channels of distribution. Mr. Manish has joined Kotak in 1999 in the domestic AMC business. Let's give a big round of applause for Mr. Manish and welcome him to start the presentation. Welcome, Mr. Manish.
So as the theme of the presentation is, at the end of the day, just taking forward from what Deepak had to say, what is the success of our business, or as advisors or wealth management firms or be it distributors, is ultimately objective is how can we keep adding more and more customers. And many a times what happens is when I go meet a lot of people like yourselves, there's this constant discussion ke clients kaise badhaye, how do I improve or how do I bring in more customers. And many a times what happens is we're all very outwardly thinking that, India is a country of 120 crore people, only 15 crore folios are there in the industry, only 5-6 crore unique investors are there, size and opportunity is all there outside, we have to go and grab it. But many a times, in fact, we have clients amongst ourselves only who can actually help us do that, and many of us sort of struggle to see to it that, okay, how do I go and get myself customers from outside? I'm not saying it's a bad strategy, but the objective also is in terms of that how can we leverage our own customer base who have been having a positive experience of having worked with us, and how we can use them to become our referral magnets so that they can help us bring more clients. Okay, so this definition, to be a referral magnet, you need to build relationships with your customer so that they will want to refer others and use your services. This ChatGPT gave me this answer when I asked them the question that what is referral magnet, and it was like this precise, that this is actually the definition or the meaning of what a referral magnet is. Okay, so what I want to basically just do is to take some time to tell you all in terms of, what are the tips or, what could be the different areas of work that we can probably work upon. At the end of the day, we have a customer. What are we doing today? Selling them mutual funds, probably little bit of insurance. But there are many more other business requirements for which he's probably going outside. Now, today, a lot of us know for the fact that, and I'm sure many of you all have customers who are being serviced by a bank relationship manager. And correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of you people must be getting feedback from your customers that I don't get the right advice from a bank relationship manager. They keep selling me a lot of products that probably are not required or important for my investment need. I don't know who my RM is because they keep getting transferred or they keep changing jobs. So I'm not able to associate myself with one person. But the fact of the matter is he doesn't stop a relationship with that bank. Now why do you think he is doing it? Because at the end of the day, the banking requirement, the savings account, the current account, that continues to remain with the bank. So that has become the hook because of which the customer is not able to disassociate or leave the bank. Because this is where is tying him to the entire requirements. He may have 10,000 complaints on the investment services or whatever the issue is. But very rarely you heard a customer out of frustration saying, I closed the bank account and I've gone and opened a new bank account somewhere else. It's because of this that the hook is. So what we should probably try to do is how can we become the hook to our customer for all his investment requirements. Definitely we can never become a bank. We can never be giving him the services of a current account or a savings account. But what is it that we can do within our realm of things or our expertise which will tie him to us? Now, there could be many areas: succession planning, estate planning, comprehensive financial planning, taxation. All of these somewhere are requirements of our clients. COVID definitely has taught us that customers have become more wary of the fact that at least they have a proper will in place, so that, you know, if God forbid something was to happen to them, the next generations don't suffer in any way. Estate planning have become an important thing. Many of your customers could potentially be NRIs, and for them international taxation also matters a lot. Now, we may not have all these kind of expertise, but what stops us from not collaborating or partnering with companies who have expertise in this field and give this as a value-add service to our customers? Where do I point it? Yeah. The other thing obviously is, how many of us focus on our client just not as that individual or the decision maker, but basically as the family as an overall thing. Now what happens is, many of you all might be doing review meetings with your customers, and the chances are we end up spending more time with the decision maker of the house and do a portfolio review, suggest what investments should be done, and leave the meeting. But the moment you involve the family member, the spouse, the kids, it just becomes a very different approach altogether, because then as a family they're in the know. Now if the kids are sitting there and if there is an investment being made, and even if you were to make a statement to the client saying, sir, we are making this investment because you said that you want to start allocating money through an SIP or a lump sum for this kid of yours for his education, so that when he becomes, you know, when he reaches college, these funds will help him, you know, finish his education. The moment you that kind of conversations, the whole approach becomes very different. The moment, for some market reasons, if the client is panicking and wants to redeem, the chances are this family members will only stop him that, hey, why are you panicking? Did we not look to invest this money with a long-term vision? Wasn't this money not being invested keeping in mind that we have to plan for our child's education? So whatever the shortcomings of the market might be, why are we panicking? Why should we take a decision which we may regret later? So the moment you start involving family into the entire decision-making process, the entire investment journey experience becomes very different. Second thing is, these kids who are today just sitting and probably trying to understand what you are explaining to the parents, they may understand it, may not understand. But the fact of the matter is, they're your next level of customers. Tomorrow when they graduate, when they go and join the workforce, and if they have seen you being part of the entire investment journey of the family over the years, naturally there is a possibility that these kids may also want to start their investment journey through you. The chances are that because we are not interacting with them, when these kids are graduating and starting their first jobs, they are probably going and downloading some app and looking to make decisions of investing on an app, which itself could be right, could be wrong. So by at least involving the family member or the family as a unit, you're just expanding the breadth of potential customers, at the same time giving that comfort to the entire family that whatever decisions are being done are done in their best interest. Can you change it? See, all investment solutions does not necessarily fit all kinds of customers. And I think that is something that, you know, many of us probably make a mistake. We have one common solution to all kind of client. If today you're talking to a 25-year-old or a 26-year-old person who has come into the workforce, chances are we are talking to him about retirement planning. When we meet a client who is 30, 32-year-old, retirement planning. When we are talking to a customer who's probably 35, 36, 37, retirement planning. Chances are we are so used to talking retirement planning के 60-year के customer को भी हम retirement planning के बारे में बात करते हैं. The reality is every customer is very, very different. You try sitting in front of a 25-year-old boy or a girl or a kid today and explain to them about retirement planning. Chances are वो भाग जाएगा वहाँ से. He'll say, boss, I've just started working. In 2 years, I want to buy a motorcycle. I want to buy a nice watch. I want to buy a pen. I want to improve my lifestyle. Those are my aspirations in life. And ये अंकल मेरे को बैठ के 60 साल की उम्र में मैं क्या करने वाला हूँ वो आज मुझे बोल रहे हैं. But the moment you change your language and say, hey, you want to own that motorcycle in 3 years? I have a plan for you. You will get his attention. Then he wants to listen to you because he's saying, hey, there's someone who's come and giving me a plan that how can I buy my bike in 3 years? So let's listen to him. The moment you talk to a 30-year-old person and say, you started investing now, 5 years may you want to buy a house? Let me tell you how we can look to buy a house. You're having conversations then. The moment you tell a 35, 36, probably just married, having a kid, hey, you want your kid to go to Harvard? You want your daughter to have a fantastic wedding? Let me talk. Let's have a discussions now. So the moment you start having conversations, then the approach becomes very, very different. So for every kind of customer, so today if you typically see the life journey of an investor, someone who's just joined the workforce, 23, 24, 25, by maybe 30, 32 married, by 33, 34 there are life goals that have to be met, like buying a house, education, daughter's marriage, those things. And ultimately someone who's like achieved everything in life, retired, that person also may have very different retirement requirements. Because someone at that age probably has achieved everything in life, their kids are all independent, he doesn't have to save for those people. The approach can be fine, while you look to save, how can you also enjoy your wealth? So the moment you change your style and approach to talking to people, you'll automatically have more attention span and value add that you are adding to customers, rather than just one plain text thing that everything is retirement solution. Second thing is, how can we look to expand our product offerings? Okay, now, today a lot of us probably do mutual funds, some of us might be also doing insurance and mutual funds. Now there are multiple different product offerings that you can offer to your clients. So one obviously is the life insurance. Health has become extremely critical now. And from whatever little I understand that, health is no more a push product. I think somewhere it's become a pull product after COVID, where customers want to take health insurance. Many of your customers could be into businesses. Like how many of your clients, or where you've had conversations with them saying that, hey, what about insurance for your offices, insurances for your factories, insurance of your apartments. Many of them may be in requirements of some kind of short-term business loans and funding. What stops us from not looking to tie up with businesses which provide these facilities, like an NBFC? Nothing. I mean, at the end of the day, you're just trying to be a facilitator to your customer. Second thing is, obviously, even a lot of us sell SIPs. And yes, I know 95% of industry SIPs are just standard SIPs, regular every month for the next 5 years, 10 years, and whatever, 20, 25 years. But what stops us from not giving value add in the different kind of SIP features? Now, let's take insurance for example. If any one of us wants to buy a travel insurance, we don't need to consult anyone. It's very clear, plain and simple on the website. You choose a $50,000 plan, $1 lakh plan, 7-day, 14-day, whatever you want, and you can buy it at a click of a button. You don't need anyone to advise you. But try buying an endowment policy by yourself on an online. You will never be able to buy. For that, you have to sit there with an insurance agent who will explain to you what is the product, what are the underlying features, what are the benefits for me, and all of those things. So the product, now what happens is many a times you can build in these complexities even in a simple product like an SIP. There is a chance that you might only be doing SIPs for your customers, and your customer may sometimes come back and say, what value add are you adding to me? Agar every time I have to only do SIPs, I can read on value research and go online and buy SIPs. Why do I need you? I'm not saying clients are asking that. Chances are someone can ask you that question. How do you add value in a very simple product like SIP? The industry offers so many such facilities, STPs, top-up SIPs, flex SIPs, STPs. Depending upon your customer and the nature of his liquidity, you can probably look to keep adding a certain element of this. Backtesting analysis have always showed that such features in an SIP product have always generated about 0.5%, 1% more on overall returns than what a standard SIP has done. That's how you could probably look at expand your product offering and look to add value to your customers that he feels ke no, my advisor is actually genuinely adding a lot of value in the entire investment process. See, one obviously is the paradigm shift. It's many a times, we also probably feel shy to ask for references from our clients. And if your client was to also give you a referral, please don't assume it that that referral will automatically start working from you. It never works like that. Okay, the client obviously will give a reference to a prospect. The chances are that prospect will always do some due diligence on you before deciding that whether he wants to work with you. Just because his friend has told him that my advisor has done great work for me, tum bhi usse go and work with him, he will want to start, but he will do some kind of ref check on you. So it's also important that in case if he is going to search about you, are you at least somewhere visible to him without not having met him the first time? Now, one of the medium where you can be visible to him is social media. So how many of us have a website where at least something is written about us, written about our company, the kind of work that we do, what are the kind of value, features and offerings that we have, something about us, a website where there are some other customers who have given testimonials about yourself that, I have been working with XYZ person for the last 10 years, my investment experience has been fantastic. So on social media, are you active on Facebook, on Twitter, LinkedIn? Some places where that customer prospect could read about you, get know you, and then probably want to meet you in person. So I think it's very important that this little bit of investment on your own self, at least on social media, on at least your websites, is very, very important for you to be able to also reach out to such potential prospects. One thing is obviously try to get all your clients and spend time together. I think somewhere if our customers invest through us and there is some element of fees that we earn, there is no harm in putting some money back in the business. Like, I think this is one of the very good platforms where in case if you, once a year, you invite all your customers to come together, it could be for a high tea or an event like this, where you want to give a presentation to them, talk to them about how your outlook on the market is, how you have, performed on your advice and generate businesses and to that. When your clients intermingle with each other, they automatically sort of are able to give you that much more referrals and are comforting. Like on say one table, this gentleman could be someone who's a prospect and this gentleman is someone with whom he's working with me for the last 5 years. If they just happen to have a conversation, and if he was to just mention that I deal with him for the last 5-10 years, he's absolutely fantastic. I mean, the kind of wealth creation, his advice is absolute. This customer is sold. He doesn't then need to check anything else. He will want to start investing to you. So in a room where you have many of your own customers together, when they talk about each other, about amongst themselves about you, about their investments journey, chances are there is that much more strong belief that gets built between the clients of yourself, and they would obviously want to keep doing more business with you, probably also give you new references. Testimonials. I think many of us are shy of asking testimonials from our customers. I mean, if you all are doing a good job for your client, there is no harm in asking your customer to give a good quote about yourself, which you could probably have it in your leaflet, have it in your website. We should not feel shy from asking such testimonials from customers. Today, referral works very, very strong. I mean, gone are those days today when a Zomato Swiggy guy comes home, he's not interested in the tip that you're giving him. He's more keen that you give him a 5-star rating, because that was what will, his organization judges him on that. And that's become like a rule of law. So even in our business, I think we can definitely look at asking, testimonials from clients, which we can then publish on our websites, in our leaflets, in a booklet that you may have which talks about yourself. Social media today is a very, very powerful tool. We like it or don't like it. I think this is to stay. And these are just some statistics data in terms of that in January, the web traffic referrals on social media for different websites like LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. This actually works. And believe me, today this is the easiest place for a potential customer or your existing customer or a referred customer to go and look up on you and to know a little about yourself. So the more active you are, the more you're able to put a lot of value add content on social media. I think it will definitely help you in the entire referral process. Recognition from customers, I think, is very, very important. And like in case if there are platforms and for your clients, like today, many of you all might be having multiple customers, and many of your customers could be professionals, a chartered accountant, could be a doctor, a lawyer, like those kind of people. How many of you will have done conferences for your clients where you invited such client of yours to come to talk to others? If you have a chartered accountant customer, if you were to request him saying, sir, I'm doing a seminar of my clients, can you speak for 20 minutes on the union budget and what you think is that the customer needs to know as far as the taxation is concerned at a local level? Or in case if you have a doctor client, and if you were to tell the doctor client saying that, can you come and speak for 10 minutes on basic things on how can one remain healthy, how can one remain fit, what should we do, immune disease. Why will the client not want to do that? You're taking him to a different high altogether, where that that client of yours suddenly feels that, wow, my advisor is giving me so much of importance. He's asking me to come to speak to his clients. Now, these things matter a lot. When we do conferences and client meetings, I don't think we always need to have some mutual fund manager come and talk about the market. You can also talk about the market. But if you were to use and leverage your own customers who could be professionals in different fields, lawyer, chartered accountant, doctor, artist, anyone, and use those professionals to engage and talk to your customers on a webinar or Zoom call or a physical meeting like that, you're just taking these clients' morale to a very different level altogether. The other important networking place for reference obviously is, if you all can become part of, many such organizations, like you must be having a local Rotary Club over here, or like, Indian Merchants Chambers. Many of your clients probably might be associated with a certain industry. It could be small scale industry, jewelry, handicrafts. I'm sure they have their own such associations where you can become a member, and whenever they have their annual events, you could be there, put up a stall, sort of get to meet a lot of such potential clients. So such associations can also help us in like not only reaching out to a lot of new potential customers. So that's all, friends, at my end. I think these are some very, very basic tips that we felt, or I felt, that maybe could be good value add to you all in order to like sort of reach out to a lot of potential new customers. Yes, I understand there is a very big universe of new customers outside, and we will keep fighting to bring them out. But I would suggest next week, go back to your office, open your database of clients, look through all your customers and identify people within your own database that who could be my referral, who could be that customer of mine who will give me one client or two clients extra. I think let's at least begin with that journey. बाहर तो हम लोग सब कर ही रहे हैं कोशिश नए लोगों को लाने के लिए. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Manish sir, for the wonderful presentation and helping us learn the 10 tips, the powerful tips to help grow our business to become a referral magnet. I'm sure you had great takeaways. Yes or no? Yes. Let's have some sound. Yes or no? Yes. Thank you so much. So time for the question. But before that, I have noted down certain points as I have asked you. So what I ask others, I first follow that. And that's what I believe. So sir mentioned the very first slide said value-added services. Sir mentioned 4 services there: succession planning, estate planning, comprehensive financial planning, international taxation. I'm sure many of you present here are advisors, financial advisors, and you're doing comprehensive financial planning for your client. Are you doing succession and estate planning? Can you raise hand, people sitting here, how many of you do succession or estate planning services for your clients? Can you please raise hands? Very few. I want this photograph. A photographer, please take the photograph. Please raise hands. People who are doing succession and estate planning services for their client. It's a very important data for me and a photograph. I will share the reference later also. So there is a great scope there, as sir also shared some numbers with us, the folios that we have, unique investors that we have, and the population that we have. Similarly, so today we have the data, how many of you are typically offering this value-added service, which is very powerful. Sir also mentioned in COVID, you know, when COVID had taught us many things, and we had seen so many damages in various families. But then yes, if estate planning would have been in place, it could have been saved to some extent. We will discuss this later. We have a great panel on this as well. So AFM plays a very vital role, you know, in helping you offer these services, what sir mentioned. Succession planning, estate planning, comprehensive financial planning, international taxation, throughout all the designated programs that we have. Also, what sir said, I'm starting, sir, I'm a big follower, and you mentioned, I should not shy away from asking the referrals or the testimonial. Sir, yes? So I'm not shying away. So person who is coming here, I'm right away taking the testimonial about the feedback of the event till now. So ready with the name, whosoever comes in will have to give the testimonial. Second, sir also said that you can become, you know, I can invite people to the, if you're a CA, I can request people to come and speak on the forum. Let me give you an opportunity. AFM also gives an opportunity to associate with us if you want to be a trainer, speaker at various platforms that we have. We have an opportunity. So you can explore that with us. We give you a platform, and it is wonderful to invite you so that you deliver that knowledge as sir is delivering and sharing his wisdom. You can also share your wisdom with the club and the platforms that we have. So please note, and you can explore that with us. So are you ready for the testimonial, photograph, and the question and answer? And sir also said the power of social media. I'm also saying since morning, maybe I sound repetitive, but I will keep doing that, even if I sound weird. So you have to, you know, tag. How many of you have checked in when you came here in the morning that you're attending Wealth Management Convention by AFM and tagged AFM? Ye wala photograph bhi kheenchna, please. How many of you have tagged in? 5, 6, countable hands. You have not checked in that you're checking in this hotel for attending the Wealth Management Convention? So you have to go to your platform and do the check-in at the event. That you're checking in at this place and attending the convention, you can tag AFM. So please do that when you get a free time for a minute, and also post your photographs. So question and answer now. This also shows the data of people who registered but could not come. But thanks to all of you, I mean, still the house is full at the, till the, at the back end, I can see it's full till the end.
Yeah. Mr. Adarsh Krishna.
Mr. Adarsh Krishna. So अब हम ये मान लेते हैं कि first name नहीं होगा और second name ही होगा.
So, hi Adarsh, morning to you.
Yes, good morning.
Morning. And my question to you is that, like I think this presentation, are there any key takeaways that you feel that yes, you would want to implement, or you already are implementing them in your business?
So the good thing that I learned from this is how far we have come as an enterprise, because I'm representing a bigger team behind the scenes at C Profit Wealth. So we have a team that has been working on this for a significant amount of time. And obviously this is a value add for all of us sitting here, because there are so many people within the industry that don't know that they can offer value-added services over and beyond mutual funds, over and beyond portfolio management services, such as estate planning and so on and so forth. Now, obviously, there are a lot of things that you said that we've already been implementing, and that's because we've been attending these sessions for a significant amount of time. But of course, as we come here and we learn more, we feel the need to think that, you know what, maybe we are doing this right. Because of the 10 steps that you mentioned, I was happy to note that at least 8 of them are being followed by us at the moment.
Fantastic.
Only the remaining 2 of them are yet to be followed, and that's why I'm here, to hear from you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Big round of applause. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Adarsh.
So, you know, I'll just like to quickly, you know, just share an trivia with you also. There was this experiment which was done called the Joshua Bell experiment. And Joshua Bell is a world-renowned violinist, and when he performs anywhere in the world, like tickets get sold off, and people pay thousands of dollars to hear him perform in a packed stadium. And the Washington Post, like did an experiment where they made Joshua Bell wear a baseball cap, just ordinary baggy pants and a t-shirt, and made him stand in a metro station in Washington City, and he started playing his violin. And he played for about half an hour, and in that entire half an hour, everybody just kept walking by and passing by over there. And I think in total, there were not more than 13 people who stood there to listen to him, and out of it, just 4 people stood for like more than 3 minutes. And I think one person sort of just clapped saying, "Acha bajata hai," and everybody else walked away. So they tried to do the experiment to understand that, I mean, come on, someone whom people are paying $1,000, and the guy was standing here and playing for half an hour and no one ever bothered. So the conclusion that came out is that, when things are offered in free, people don't value it a lot. Okay? And when, like, say for example, the value only comes when, you sort of pay for it. That's when you see value in the product. So I would just talk on my behalf and on all the speakers who are coming here. Please don't treat us like Joshua Bell. We're all here to come to add value to you all. And I think the more you all learn and experience out of it and gain out of it and implement it in your business, I think that will be the biggest.
Thank you so much, Manish sir. Mr. Adarsh, now a photograph, a gift, and a testimonial. So please pick up a gift first. Yeah. I am following sir very strongly.
So I get pens, I guess.
Oh, you're also getting, I think you need to shuffle it up. Because we have other exciting gifts as well. Yeah, here on the stage itself. And a photograph with sir also, yeah.
Okay, on the stage, you want me to give a testimonial for AF?
For the event, the experience at the event.
Okay, all right. Sounds good.
So first take your gift, please.
Sure thing.
And a photograph with sir.